Hello, everybody. My name is Coach Dawn Allen, and welcome to the Coach Dawn Allen podcast, episode 103. And I have a special guest this evening. So let me go over here and invite our Instagram people over to the podcast this evening. Let's get them over here and invite everybody in social media world. Everybody's here. All righty and righty. Hello, my name is Coach Dawn Allen, and I'm the CEO of Stay Sexy Wellness. Good evening. Hello. And I am so glad that you are here with me this evening, this Wednesday, May 14, 2025, episode 103. I got something special for you tonight. Tonight's episode is called Marshal Your Health. That's what I said, Marshal Your Health. And I have a special guest this evening, and you are in for a special treat. Give me 1 second. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am Coach Dawn Allen, and I help overweight middle-aged women who feel unworthy, forgotten, and unseen go from being stressed out to having energy, drive, and motivation by making small changes in nutrition, movement, and self-care so they can be fit, fine, fabulous, and so sexy, loving themselves from the inside out. Yes, ma'am. I love it. That's what I do. And I just helping people get themselves fit, fine, and healthy. Because, hey, why not? I don't know about you, but I would love to get my high school skinny back. What about you? So let me tell you a little about my story and how I started. Well, one day I was sitting home and I was spiritually driven to get on my scale. I did it. I got on my scale and I weighed 203 pounds. For me, that was awful because I said I would never, ever weigh 200 pounds. Not me, not moi, not she, no way. But I did. I weighed 203 pounds. I'm like, wow. So I had to think about it. How did I get here? So I thought about it because, we do get hints and whatnot. So I thought about it. I went to the doctor every year for my annual. He always says, you need to lose weight. I'm like, I heard him, but I didn't hear him. I didn't want to hear him. And I didn't do anything about it. And then, I remember him saying every year you gain 1 to 2 pounds. I did the math. Yeah, I gained about 60 pounds. Yeah, that's right. And then I remember, I'm going in the hallway in school and I'm walking and my knees gave out. So what I started doing was when I go to shopping, I grab a shopping cart to shop. Yeah. But I'll get a shopping cart. Even had to buy toothpaste because I wanted to hold on to that bad boy in case my knees gave out. Because I don't want to be embarrassed and fall down, in Walmart or wherever I was shopping. No. So I would grab a shopping cart to protect myself in case I fell down. So I did get hints, and we do get hints, but sometimes we don't listen. But this time I listened. Because when God says get on the scale, I'm not playing with him. I don't play like that. So I did that. And so I said, well, how did I get here? What do I do now? So I immediately got an answer to go to my computer. I went to my computer and I found a school and it resonated with me. So I signed up immediately. And months later, I became an integrated nutrition health coach. And I was so driven to lose weight. I just wanted to know what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, how often. I focused just on that. And I lost 20 pounds. And I really didn't realize it because I was just focused on that. But then I realized there's other things other than just nutrition. I had to move my body. And I did not like it. I really hated physical activity because I didn't like to sweat. It felt nasty to me. So I didn't do that part. But I realized I had to change my thinking, and I had to add that element to be able to do the whole 100% of the healthcare. I had to do the nutrition, which was the most part, which was the majority, but I still had to do physical movement. I had to do that. You can't, it doesn't make any sense. And the reason why is because you need to move the body, because you lose more weight that way, but you're losing less muscle. Because you can lose weight, but as you lose weight just by nutrition only, you're losing fat and muscle. And that what causes the flabby arms and legs, because you lost weight, but you also lost muscle. So I said, let me do it the right way. So when I did it the right way, I added the movement, okay, plus the nutrition, I lost another 30 pounds. So I know it works. You have to do nutrition, change the nutrition, and the physical activity, and some lifestyle changes on top of that. So that's why I chose tonight to talk about physical activity, because I know I didn't like it. And you may not like it either. I don't know. Maybe you don't. If you don't, then let me know. But in the course of this evening, if you get value, please drop a V so I know I'm on point and I'm talking about something that you're interested in. If you're live, put down live. If it's a replay, put off a replay. And if it's value, please drop value in the comment section so I know that we are doing our thing. So I was talking to you about exercise. It's very important to do that. And what I'm saying is exercise helps you with strong bones. It eases the joints. It tunes up your immune function. It helps you improve your sleep. Protects your help for the mental health, and it boosts your mood. So exercise does a lot of things other than weight loss. And also, did you know that regular physical activity can help you live longer? Yeah, because it decreases your risk of heart disease and diabetes and other certain cancers. So it has a lot of benefits to moving that body. And as you know, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? That's that old verbiage. So what I was saying also about combining the exercise with nutrition. The research says that if you only do the dieting, like I said, you lose weight, but also you might lose about 27% of muscle. And that's why you have that flabbiness. People might lose a lot of weight, but have a lot of flab. And if you lose a lot of weight, you might have to get it surgically taken off. Now, if you do diet and cardio, you're going to cut it in half. But if you use the diet and the strength training, then you will be burning all fat and no muscle. Just want to add that in there. So tonight, I'm getting so excited right now. I'm about to bring on my guest, but I'm going to give you a little background on his background. Let me pull it up a little bit. All right. So I met this gentleman in actually July 21, 2022. And I was introduced to him. Well, it was kind of funny. I was having a conversation with my friends. He's a martial artist, Grandmaster Scott. And he said, I have a friend that lives in Jacksonville and he has a karate school. I'm like, really? So he gave me his number. I called him immediately, and I found his address, and his dojo is 10 minutes from my house. I'm like, what? So I did a drive-by. I found out where it was because I didn't want to just stop by without calling first. So I did that. I called and I met him. I talked to him. I saw the dojo. It's just like beautiful person in and out. I felt comfortable. And I joined the gym, and I became a white belt, and now I'm a blue belt. Yeah, blue. So I'm going to tell you a little about my sensei, or we call them KYOSHI. Okay, Mr. KYOSHI Carter. And let me read his accolades here on my phone. Give me 1 second, Mundo. Okay, JERALD Carter, KYOSHI. Now, KYOSHI is, I'm going to let him read it and tell you exactly what it is, but it's something like it's above a sensei. He is 7th Dan Roku, bigger karate, Ayata Te international instructor, Fourth Dan, modern no knees. Small Dan, small circle, jiu-jitsu. Second Dan, Shokan, karate. Second Dan, temporary, jiu-jitsu. Senior master, KYOSHI, jitsu, Hogan, karate, international. It's a lot of accolades from a person, right? So I'm going to let him bring on and say all the rest of them. I don't want to give all his goody goodies away. So I'm about to bring him on to the stage. There he is. There he is. So I want to bring you on, and I want you to tell everybody your story. I know it's a beautiful story about about your background, how you started, and how you started the school and all that. So go ahead.
Fantastic, Don. Thank you for having me on your show today. You pretty much said a lot of my credentials or accolades, I guess, if you will. I've been doing martial arts for over 40 years.
Wow.
I've been very blessed to do that. Work with people and travel the world and be on videos that have went all over the world teaching and helping people learn martial arts, and just met some really wonderful people. Our mutual friend Samuel Scott, yeah, he's remarkable and introduced us together going through. And I'll be seeing him next month at our big conference going through. But I started martial arts. It's something I've always wanted to do. For me, it was something that a lot of people didn't think I would even do, because one thing a lot of people don't know about me is that I was born with a rare disease that crippled me, basically.
Mm-hmm.
The uh, my left hip joint was deteriorated when I was born, and it wasn't something that my parents contracted or anything. It was just a thing that um, we you're born with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to undergo two major hip operations as a little kid, and so this is during the time when they had the black belt theaters, the old Chinese movies going through, and Bruce Lee was on the scene. This is in the 70s. I was born in 71, so
Mm-hmm.
seeing all that, and so we would watch the kung fu theaters and of course Batman, Green Hornet, and all that stuff, and Kato. So that was what we wanted to do. And I said, I want to do that. I really want to do that. And I had an uncle who did judo, so we'd wrestle around. He'd throw us around, and so that really sparked my interest in martial arts. But fast forward, I took my first martial arts lesson at the age of 12, 13 years old. My dad took me to this dojo with the Police Athletic League, and at that time they weren't really doing it for profit. It was to basically help kids stay off the streets and give them different things, to kind of uh, keep them going the right direction, so to speak. And they had a karate program. It was $10 a year, just to cover like the cost of a uniform or something like this. And police officers were running it and everything. So I started there and just fell in love with it, and I've been doing it ever since. Like I said, it's been a real blessing to me to be able to do that, and just met some really wonderful people. I've been a featured instructor in England and Ireland with my teacher, Grandmaster Jack Hogan, who he has, unfortunately, he's passed away now, but we continue on his legacy going through, and some of the other instructors that we've been influenced by and continue going through with that. So that's just a little bit about some of the stuff that.
Okay, so I know you're a family man. Tell us about your family.
Yes. Yes. So I've been married over 20 years to my beautiful wife, Kimberly. We met basically online, kind of like this is before AOL Instant Messenger or Instagram, maybe before any of this stuff. There was a little chat thing called ICQ, the letters I, the letter C, and the letter Q, like I seek you. Mm-hmm. And so, and you could create a little chat. And so that was easier for me to talk to my friends long distance versus running up a long distance phone bill. So, so you create a little account and stuff like this. And then, so she popped up on there saying, "Hey, you sound interesting. I do martial arts too. We had some of the same interests as well, and so we met, and here it is now. Years later, over 20 years later, we're still going strong. She's my best friend. She is the love of my life. She's my queen, and
Mhm.
I love my wife very much. And she keeps me going. She keeps me on the straight and narrow. She gets that act right every now and then if I get to kind of stepping up a little bit. But she's, like I said, my best friend and my rock, and she helps keep our household going. It
Mhm.
helps with the dojo keep it going. We've been blessed to have our beautiful daughter Lily. Um, she's been such a blessing to us as well. We were only blessed with one child, and we had a baby girl, and next month she'll be 15.
Mm.
But when she was born, she came in at 26 weeks. So my daughter weighed less than 2 pounds. She weighed 1 pound 13 ounces. I could basically hold her in my palm of my hands. But she stayed in Baptist NICU for 3 months, and I tell people God's good
Mm.
all the time. And because of
Yes.
that, she's grown up to be a fine young lady. I started training her at a very young age in martial arts, and as well as dance and cooking and things like this. So anytime I'm in the kitchen cooking, because that's one of my other passions I love to do, cooking and baking. She's in there with me learning, and she always wants to be hands on and does so.
Mhm.
That's the things that we have that. So yeah, I've been very very blessed with my wonderful wife and daughter and family. So yeah, it's just they keep me. That's my why to keep going for everything I do.
So I'm talking about physical activities, and like a lot of people think, all you have to do is, go to the gym and walking, and it's, I'm trying to encourage people to do, think outside the box, do other thing, So
Yes.
tell them, or explain, why you think karate could be a good choice for people who interested, or maybe want to try physical activity, karate. So tell me, in your
So,
opinion, why would you think karate would be a good choice for people who are interested in moving their body for movement, or try to in that realm?
okay, absolutely. Well, one thing is fun. It's a lot of fun. It is challenging, and for me, I tell people martial arts is for everybody. It doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your gender, doesn't matter your background. It's for everybody. I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
got people in wheelchairs do martial arts. People with physical ailments or limitations do martial arts. And all it takes is you wanting to try and believing in yourself to do it. It's a great community. We have there's so much support that when you see that you go get that next belt, and it gives you a
Mm.
sense of accomplishment too. As you well know, when you first come in, you're like, I don't know if I could do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. And then you keep coming to class. And I tell people the hardest thing about martial arts or anything that you do is taking that first step. If you cross the threshold, whether it be going into the gym, whether it be going to a martial arts school, going to a dance studio, anything that you do is crossing that threshold. If you cross that threshold, you got 98 to 99% of the battle already won
Yeah,
because you're
showing
not
up.
taking it home. And I'm going to quote one of my personal trainers. She was a remarkable trainer. I trained with her in the gym for many, many years. And she was the longest trainer that I had. Before that, I had all male coaches, and it was cool. But she brought a different sense to that, and we became good friends. And she said, "Movement is medicine,"
I
and
love
I
that.
really gravitated that. Movement is medicine. So if you're moving, that's the best medicine that you can give yourself. And to piggyback off that, to go back with martial arts is a gift that you give yourself. Um, and it's a great, like I said, great community because you're training with your classmates, and then you go
Hmm.
meet other people and train with them. You go to a seminar, and everybody's in there, and they come from different backgrounds, different physical abilities, and you know ages and everything like that. But you're able to go in and all come together as one community for the goal of lifting each other up and making each other better. Okay. And it's been such a blessing to me. It is challenging because which in and of itself is good, because when you see that you can do something and you push past what the boundary you put on yourself,
Yeah.
you're like, I can't do this. And I'm like, yes, you can. And you all know that I don't use the word can't in my school. It's a misspelled word, in my opinion. You take the apostrophe T off and you can. And
True.
there's no difference that anybody, and I tell people, especially the little kids all the way up to adults, if I can do it, being somebody who was born crippled and they didn't think I'd ever walk, if I can
Mhm.
do it, you can do it. And there's nothing that's going to stop you from doing that. And so it's really great. And you learn lots of skills. You learn how to work your body together with weapons, or learning how to lift heavy objects. Like if you want to lift somebody, to throw them, or to do grappling, or doing your kicks and punches and things. It's really it's an overall um, great workout, and it's good for your mental well-being as well as your physical well-being.
Mhm.
um, I tell people that because a lot of people say, well, I can't do that. And I'm like, well, you can, if you just show up. That's all you got to do, is show up and put in the effort, and we can do the rest. And we're going to help you on your journey. And that's what it's all about, helping each other on their journey. And when you see somebody get it, they actually get
Mhm.
it. When you put that belt on them, it gives me a sense of pride as an instructor to help bring them out and lift them up, to say, see, I told you, you can do this. I believe in you, even when sometimes you might not believe in yourself. And that's what's good about it too.
Yeah, I guess that's facts. I know sometimes I said I can't do this. You're like, yes, you can. I'm like,
I
oh.
don't even let you deal with that
I
nonsense.
know. I'm like, okay. Because I know sometimes I like get frustrated because I know. I'm like, I'm gonna do it like you. You're like, you can't do it like me. I've been doing it 40 years. I said, okay, I know, but still, you'll look better
Yeah.
than mine.
Well, I need to be better because I'm the teacher. That's the thing. I mean, I need to be better at it, because if I'm not better at it, then I can't pass on to you.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing. And I'm nobody special. I mean, I don't have special superhuman abilities or anything like that. I've just been doing it longer, and
Hmm.
that goes with anything. Um, like when I did dance,
Hmm.
I something else a lot of people know about me is I I guess you call it an accomplished dancer. So I
Hmm.
did ballroom dance for about 14 years, give or take, and competed in that, as well as martial arts. And still,
Hmm.
martial arts I've never stopped. And then transitioned into West Coast swing dancing, which I still do to this day, and really enjoy that. And at first it was kind of challenging, but like with my martial arts or anything, I just continue going to where I can do it now. And I tell people, hey, come on, let's dance. Well, I don't know. I say, trust me. I said, I got you. Let's go. And just get them out there. Because again, like I said, movement is medicine.
That's it. I love
And
that.
that, and
Movement.
that's solid right there.
One thing that I didn't know, or I didn't really think about
Pardon
it.
me.
A lot of people think that the black belt is the end.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. So a lot of misconceptions is, I want to get in and get my black belt. I want to get my black belt. I want to get my black belt. I hear it a lot, which is a great goal to have. It's a
Hmm.
great goal to have. And each belt level teaches you something different about yourself. But the black belt basically is when you start your actual training. A black belt means that you've mastered the basics and are ready to go put it into practical application, to start learning how to use what you learned. So it's not really an ending. A lot of people quit after they get their black belt, which we're kind of sad, because it's like there's so much more we have to teach you.
Hmm.
and and it just means that they're into their journey on that, which is, it's okay. But those who continue staying and learning and cultivating it, um, they're like, wow, I'm glad I did. And showing them the advanced techniques, or or intermediate and advanced, and different things. They're like, man, I'm glad I stayed with it. And I tell people, getting a black belt and stopping is like spending all this time to learn to drive a car,
Hmm.
and then you get your license and then never get behind the wheel of a car.
Mm.
So, but everybody has a journey that they get on, and that's a goal that they have, which is a noble goal to have. But it just means that you've mastered the basics and you're ready to continue on. And again, there's so much you can gain from it.
Yeah, when you told me that, I was like, what?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
it's
I'm
kind of
like,
shocking. I
blue.
got all these years, and now I'm
Yeah.
ready to learn. What am I doing?
Because I didn't realize it was like, okay, blue, then I have to do green, then it's
Yep,
purple, then
yep,
it's brown. And then
yep.
brown has different levels in brown.
3 different levels in brown, and then you get to test for a shodan, which is a first degree black belt.
And then
And
there's 50 degrees in black.
there's different degrees in black. So there's so shodan is like first level, nidan is second level, sandan is third level, yondan is fourth, godan is fifth, sixth, seventh, so on. The highest you can go, the highest level you can go or attain in martial arts is 10th dan or 10th degree black belt. And so, like you mentioned in the introduction, with all the ones that I've accomplished, the highest one that I'm ranked in is currently a 7th. So, been doing it a little while. Been doing it a little while
Yeah,
before I
it's
had
like,
all the gray in my beard.
I was like, dang. I was like, okay, the black, then I have to do brown levels and then brown. I was like, oh my gosh, it'll be a minute.
Yeah, but it's ongoing, and the thing is, you're enjoying it while you're going
Yeah.
through and with your martial arts family, and the time
Yeah.
goes by quickly, and then before you know it, you're getting this level, and then when you stop and look back. So usually when I have people go up different levels in black belt, I have them look back to see, do you remember when you first put on a white belt and you came into my school? And you look back on your journey when you didn't think you could do this, and I pushed you through it and helped you
Yeah.
get through that. And then you look back, and then the good thing for me is when I have people share knowledge and help people in class, like, well, you yourself, I'll have you working with somebody who's a beginner, and like the young lady who signed up with us, working with her or some of the other ones, and you're passing on stuff that I've shared with you, and I'm like, there you go. And that's what it is. It's bringing that community together and camaraderie.
Yeah, I feel a little. I feel good, but it's still challenging sometimes. But it's I like it. It's a good mental challenge. It's really
Mhm.
a good mental
It
challenge
is.
as well as the physical challenge. And then when you're successful, it's like a spiritual peace, and I do like that.
Yeah.
One of my last questions: have you ever had to use your martial arts to defend yourself anytime?
The goal that I have,
Mhm.
to answer your question, yes, I have. I have had to use it before. Um, the whole goal for martial arts is you hope that people will never have to use what you teach.
Mhm.
Um, it's not like you see in the movies where you're fighting 1,500 people. I mean, um, it's when you're faced with a confrontation that you can't talk your way out of it, or a situation where you have to resort to physical altercations, then it's sad, but I'm glad I had the tools necessary to come out
Mhm.
the better for it. And so, yes, I have had to use it to protect myself and others as well,
Mhm.
because with the knowledge that I have and the levels that I have and the experience and expertise I have with it, there are times when I've had to use it to help defend other people who couldn't defend themselves.
Mhm.
You see, and so, um, and it's not like like I said in the movies where you got two guys squaring off and
Mhm.
there's like suspenseful music going around and all this. I mean, it's nothing like that. It's usually done very quickly, and you could subdue somebody with minimal um, injuries to either yourself or them. Uh,
Mhm.
it usually depends on the assailant or the altercation as to what level that they get. And but I would love to be able to tell you and your audience that I've never had to use it over my years, but
Mm-hmm.
I have had to, and I'm glad that I have it, and I had those skills, and that's why I believe in what I teach.
Mm-hmm.
I love having people come in to my school all the time. Majority of our classes, you all know, are women
Yes.
that come in there. So I think it's great because if I could have every lady in the world take a martial arts class somewhere, by all means, I would have them come in and do
Mm-hmm.
something. Just come in because teaching ladies it's fun. I mean, ladies make it fun because they bring. Yeah, you do, and yeah, especially you're challenging. But the thing
Oh,
is,
thanks a lot.
yeah, oh no, that's okay.
I'm a good bad. Is that a
I
good, bad, or a challenge? I don't know how to answer, how to come back with that question or that
that's
response to
okay.
that. I don't know.
Your green belt test is coming up soon. But
Huh?
yeah,
What?
exactly.
I
But
can hear you.
that's okay. That's okay. I got you though, like I had with all of them. But to go back to the point on that
Oh.
is for uh, but for ladies to come in, it gives me a sense of pride to where it's like to be able to give them that gift of defense and power and
Mm-hmm.
empowerment, or anybody, not just women, men
Mm-hmm.
too, or but especially for women, because it's life changing. It really
Yeah.
is. I've seen it, and I've been blessed to be able to do this for a number of years, and I love what I do. I love what I do.
Yeah. Well, you teach well, and I must say that um, when we are training, you make us hit hard. What I mean by
Mhm.
that is you don't let us do a little tap tap. Like,
No, no,
no,
no.
tap, hit them hard. And I'm like, well, we don't want to hurt them, but what you make us do, because you kept telling us that in a real fight or altercation, you're not going to do no tap tap. You have to really do it with force. So you
Yeah,
make us do it in training, which makes sense because when it comes time, you're going to hit them hard. You got to know how to hit them with the force that you
correct
need.
and
I,
correctly.
so I do appreciate that. First, I kind of was like, I don't want, but now when we be kind of getting in it, and you don't make us do no love taps. We break in. You trying to make us break arms and legs and gouge
Well, I mean,
eyes and
and
break legs and break back. We're not gonna do no little love tap. We going in. So
yeah,
we're gonna
I
make
don't
sure
want people to.
we trying
Yeah, I don't
best
want
to
people to.
leave.
Yeah, I don't want
Mm-mm.
people to think that I'm creating like a whole ninja force going through, but no, but
Maybe.
the stuff is to so it's a complete life protection
Yes.
that I want and life preservation,
Mm-hmm.
and um, I believe that ladies need these skills.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does. But since we're talking specifically, our audience is going to be for ladies. Is that it's good for them to know something and to have
Mm-hmm.
you know uh, that's why when we do women's self-defense classes we have fun. I make it
Mm-hmm.
fun and entertaining, but also to give you some tools that's going to help you, and I want people to be able to come in and find that camaraderie and things, because some of the ladies who I've trained and even young women have come back, and one in particular was a she wound up getting a black belt with me, and she would walk from the dojo to her home, not far, but she would walk. And one night she got attacked, and she was able to defend herself quite efficiently, let's just say, and
Mm-hmm.
wound up throwing a guy over a little viaduct bridge into like a little stream down below. She was, she got that attention real quick. But um, so again, it gives me great pride to be able to pass on what was given to me, and to where I can give it to others as well and help them and empower them, encourage them, and um, hopefully make the world a better place.
Well, we thank you. So what I want to know is how can you be reached if anybody wants to contact you or want any questions about karate or anything that affect? How can they reach you?
Sure, sure, absolutely. I can be reached at so my website is cmaikarate.com. Again, cmaikarate.com. And we're also located in the west side of Jacksonville at 8029 Ramona Boulevard West. Again, 8029 Ramona Boulevard West. We're in a little strip plaza right next to a Domino's Pizza, a little karate school. Nothing fancy, but we've been there for opened the dojo almost 15 years ago when my daughter was not quite one. So I had a newborn, opened up a karate school with 6 students. We've been there ever since. But you can also find us on Facebook at CMAI Karate on there, or can also be reached directly at area code 904-742-7007. Again, 904-742-7007. You can text, call, anything like that. Or just stop by the dojo. We're there Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays for our adult class from 7 to 8 o'clock. Wednesdays, we have one. The rest of the time on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we have our kids and our youth class, our young adult class on Monday through Thursday as well. But our adult classes, for those who are interested in adult classes, is Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And come out and try it out. You know, you never know, and we have a good time. And as you can attest to it, we joke around, we goof around, but we do it in a fun. I want people to have a good time, and we learn a lot of stuff. And you never know what you'll find.
So let me see if I can see really in Instagram land. If I can see any. Let's see if I see any. Oh, so I love that movement is medicine. That's so true. I never knew there was so many levels in martial arts. Yeah, there's a lot of levels.
There's a lot. I'm still going.
Yeah, there's a lot of levels. Definitely. All right. So that's some other things. So anyway, yeah. So I'm hoping, I know you have value tonight. So if you a value, drop a V. I want to thank my special guest this evening, KYOSHI Carter. Thank you. And I will see you on Monday.
On Monday. Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining me on
my podcast. It's been a pleasure, Dawn.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for allowing me to speak to your audience. And, and hopefully everybody got something out of it. You know, I'm not the best speaker in the world, but
you're fine.
Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. And come check us out. You know, if you have any questions, you know, they can, I guess, through the messages, reach out to you as well, and you can let them know. But yeah, we'd love to have you come kick with us.
I like that. Well, that's all I have for this evening. I have to say thank you for everyone joining us tonight. And I hope you learned something about physical activity. You don't have to just walk. You don't have to go to the gym. Just go to the gym. There are other ways that you can find physical activity. I suggest one thing you do is just do a journal, and each night see what you're doing and see how you feel. And it's recommended that you do 150 minutes a week and 2 days of strength training. That is, you know, so 150 minutes per week. What I do Monday through Friday. Actually, I do Monday through Sunday, but I take Wednesday and Sunday off my rest days. So Monday, Tuesday is gym, and I do Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm sorry, Monday, Tuesday karate, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday gym, and leave Sunday off. Yeah, so something like that. So yeah, I mix it up a little bit. So it doesn't have to be boring. I try to mix it up and just have some fun things. You can also include, like, you know, cleaning your house, washing your car, mowing your lawn, all the things you do, and shopping. Those also some physical activity because you do it more than 30 minutes, right?
That's
so
right.
Jump it up, have fun. Don't make it boring. Do something fun, and move that body. Because if you don't move, you're gonna lose it. So don't want to do that. You can live longer and healthy, right? So as I say, stay well and healthy with Stay Sexy Wellness. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And goodbye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Take care.